Tonight, on the DONDA experience, a lot has happened since the last episode in Kanye Omari West's life, or should I say Ye. And one of the many things started off with his daughter, Northwest, having a TikTok page, and this was against the will and wishes of Kanye West. He says, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my own will." Then, a man says, "Man's off the meds, album gonna go crazy." Kanye responds, "The world is racist, sexist, homophobic, and crazyphobic at our core. It's cheap and dismissive to say I'm off my meds anytime I speak up. Phobia in the sense does not mean being afraid of. It means not giving power to let's be more conscious and not write each other off so easily." Then Kanye posts an image of his family, very cute pictures, and in the caption below, it says the following. It says, "God, please bring our family back together." And I like the idea of this, but these type of things, it's okay, but he should probably be talking about these things to his divorce lawyer and to Kim personally, not going on social media and saying it. But then Billie Eilish disses Travis Scott at her concert after she stopped the show to give her fan an inhaler. Kanye says, "Come on, Billie, we love you. Apologize to Trav and to all the families, the people who lost their lives. No one intended this to happen. Trav didn't have any idea of what was happening when he was on stage and was very hurt by what happened. And yes, Trav will be with me at Coachella, but now I need Billie to apologize before I perform." So Kanye is threatening not to perform in this Coachella concert that's going to be very famous and with a lot of famous musicians. But afterwards, Billie responds, "Literally never said a thing about Trav, just trying to help a fan." So Billie Eilish said this, but after this, later, Kanye West released City of Gods with Fivio and Alicia Keys being featured in it. Very good song. I love it. So personally, Kanye in his release date leading up to February 22nd, DONDA 2, which could be a trilogy according to multiple reports we're looking here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in terms of his music, but let's get back to things about Kanye that don't involve his music. One of these things would definitely be this note. Just so everyone knows, Cudi will not be on DONDA because he's friends with you-know-who. We all speak in Billy language now, so Kid Cudi is not going to be on DONDA. And as you see here, Kanye posted an image of the cover to the album Kids See Ghosts, his collaboration album with Kid Cudi, and he says, "Just wanted my friend to have my back. The knife just goes in deeper." And then on this post, there's another image of him having dinner from a couple of years ago. Kid Cudi is in the image, but he is crossed out. So Kanye, it looks like, honestly, very sadly, he's going through another mental breakdown. I hope he gets the help that he needs, because this really reminds me of his 2016 self. And it made me truly scared, the divorce that he had with Kim, because on that note, like, losing someone that you love like that, because I do think he truly loved Kim, just at times he just did not know how to correctly show it. And I don't blame Kim for divorcing Kanye, but I also don't blame Kanye for feeling the way he feels, but I just don't think he should be posting this stuff on social media. And I had this fear that Kanye would end up doing these things and saying these things and saying all these contradicting elements of his life right now with Kim. And ultimately, I had this fear that it might send him back into a mental conundrum, and it appears as though it's doing it right now. But anyways, Kanye is going to have another listening party, DONDA 2/22/22, Loud Depot Park Stadium in Miami. The tickets are on sales now, so we are going to get another listening party, as to my speculation. So a lot of things have happened in the life of Kanye West, but what we must understand is that I woke up this morning and I knew I was going to have a lot of material, but boy, do I have even more now. Take a look at this image right here. And like I said, I woke up to a lot of news about Kanye West, but here it's a little skit that I believe was made by a fan. Well, should I say image? It says, "Marvel Civil War, Kanye West with Kanye and Pete Davidson on the head. Many other characters such as Kim, Drake, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift on there." And it says, "United we stand, divided we fall." And Kanye, man, I mean, if your fans make this, it is what it is. I could see the comedic effect to it, but ultimately, if you're posting it yourself, it really contradicts the idea of you wanting to have your wife back. You're treating it as though it's a movie, right? And I completely understand why Kanye is upset. And I think it's awesome how he opens up to his fans the way he does. But ultimately, these things need to stay private. If you truly want your wife back, I feel like you'll think more before you do these actions. Because in her eyes, you definitely look pathetic right now. And that's just the way it is. I think you're a very smart man. I really do. I think that you are very misunderstood. But at the end of the day, these are things you just can't be doing if you want to take your divorce proceedings seriously and try to stop them. And then to add on to his apparent beef with Kid Cudi, we have Kid Cudi and Pete Davidson right here versus Kanye and Drake. So just adding to this narrative. And then Kanye posts something involving his Yeezy company. It says, Arnold said, "We are in the real world and we sell real products." To be sure, it's compelling, it's interesting, it could even be quite fun. We have to see what are the applications of this metaverse and these NFTs. If it's well done, it can probably have a positive impact on brands' activities. But we are not interested in selling virtual sneakers for €10. So that's Kanye and his company Yeezy involving the new phenomenon that is NFTs. But after all that has happened in the past around 10 days since I last published an update, Kanye Omari West / Ye, whatever you want to call him, has cleared his entire Instagram page. The only thing left is the image of his family playing from a couple of years ago that is asking God to please bring his family back together. And like I said, I think Kanye has the right mindset. I think he has a justified mindset, and I believe that Kanye, in terms of his perspective of the situation, he's not in the wrong. But I also completely understand Kim wanting to divorce Kanye, and I don't think Kanye should be going out there and publicly dissing her boyfriend whenever he goes home and has a girlfriend of his own. Except he still claims that he wants to get back together with Kim. He claims that he loves her so much, and I'm sure he does, but he claims that he wants to get back together with her, except then he goes onto Instagram and posts these memes involving Marvel Civil War as if it's a joke. Like, Kanye, I understand he types in all caps too in the captions and the description of the post, and I mean, it is what it is, but ultimately you have children who can see this now and might understand some of it, but they will definitely see it. Even if you have deleted this stuff, one day they are going to see it. They are going to see what you posted. They're going to see everything that you did, even though it's deleted. And eventually, they're going to realize, wow, my dad bashed my mom. What if Pete Davidson marries Kim? Then Pete's their stepdad, and say, wow, my dad hates my stepdad. And that's going to be very, not okay for their mental health, right? Kanye deals with this stuff himself. He has bipolar disorder, and I really think that contributes to a lot of what's happening right now. But ultimately, we need to understand that Kanye has kids. Kanye is a grown adult, and ultimately, like I said, I think it's contributed to his bipolar disorder. I think he's a really smart man, and I understand his mindset. I think he has a good mindset of the situation. But the way to do it, the way to truly get back with your wife, is to A, be a single man, B, not post a lot of the stuff that you're posting. The stuff about God bring your family back together, that's okay, man. I understand, right? And I'm glad he opens up to his fans, but ultimately, if he really wants his family back together, he needs to stop. It's probably already too late, but ultimately, what he has done, it contradicts itself, right? You can't go out there when you're singing Runaway. You can't say, please come back to me, please run back to me, more specifically, Kimberly, and then go home to your girlfriend, right? I love Kanye. I don't think he's going to do anything, but his song, I Thought About Killing You, it really, really scares me right now. Because yes, I know he was talking about himself. This was like a letter to himself. But he said you'd only care enough to kill someone you love. He loves Kim. Right, he bought the house next door. He claims it's because the kids are there. I'm sure that's part of it, but the other part is he doesn't want to see Kim go. And whenever Kim eventually comes out, and yes, she said that their marriage is over and that they have irreconcilable differences, but ultimately, whenever Kim does a really serious event, whenever something gets leaked, whenever Kim, maybe she gets married to Pete, whenever something like that happens and he lives in the house next door, I can't lie. I don't think he's crazy, but I do see some similarities between this and O.J. Simpson and the Nicole Brown Simpson murder. I see that. I truly think that if Kanye is having a bad day, if Kanye's having a terrible mental day, I don't think he would do this in his right mind. But if his bipolar disorder is just really attacking him one day, and something like that just so happens to happen on that day, then I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it will happen. I don't think it will happen. But ultimately, I do think there's a slight possibility that Kanye could do something bad like that and ruin his life. I mean, his life has changed forever since the death of his mom. I mean, I am so happy to see him making these Donda albums, not just for my personal enjoyment, but just because you can tell it helps out Kanye. But I see a lot of similarities between this in 2013 to 2016 Kanye. I see a lot of similarities, and I feel like he's going backwards because of the divorce proceedings, and that's something that I feared would happen, and I see it happening right now. So as a Kanye fan, I do praise him a lot. I'll praise him now, but ultimately I don't think that this stuff should be encouraged. I think Kanye fans should have the understanding to look at the entire perspective of the situation, and to understand that although what Kanye's doing is a lot of drama for us, so I can make these episodes, although he is really open with us, which is a good thing. Some of these things, I don't think he has an incorrect stance, but he shouldn't be publicly saying. He shouldn't be publicly announcing. And like I said, the stuff about bringing his family back together, like the one picture that he has up, the one post, that's absolutely fine. I love Kanye for doing that. But other things he needs to talk about with his ex-wife. And if he can't talk to her, then he needs to talk to maybe a family member of hers, if they're willing to talk to him, or his divorce attorney, or her divorce attorney. He needs to talk to people like that instead of typing in all caps and just, clearly seeing he is cutting off friends of his. He's making statements that, you can't disprove, but you also can't prove at the moment. I am scared for his state of his mental health right now. I'm scared, and I really think that he's going backwards because of these proceedings. So, as Kanye fans, we can be there for him, we can support him, and yeah, it's a lot of drama for us. It's a lot of juicy information for us, but ultimately, we need to understand that what Kanye is doing in terms of posting some of these things is not correct. If we can have that understanding, I think that we're respectable people, and yes, we like Kanye, but ultimately we're not biased. We understand what's right and wrong. We understand what could truly get him his wife back if he wants it, and if it's even possible at this point. But it's a lot to digest, and I can understand there's a lot of mixed emotions in the community right now, and that's why I made this video. And yes, it adds to my narrative of the Donda cycle and all of this magical stuff. But ultimately, we need to check up on Kanye. We need to, always make sure that we're checking his page, because at this point, we don't know what we could see next. This can go anywhere. This could go really good, and this can go in a very bad direction. But regardless, I am excited for Donda. You can tell he's kind of getting out of the gospel type songs, which I did enjoy. And he still talks about God, and he still barely swears or doesn't swear at all, which I believe are all good things. But he sounds more like a rapper. He sounds more like he did in 2018 in songs like Yikes, compared to 2020 in songs like Come to Life. And I hope there's a mixture of both of those in Donda, but you could see he's kind of returning to his Ye and The Life of Pablo type lyrics and type beats and all of these things. I'm excited to see who he's going to have featured, and ultimately I'm excited for Donda too, and it's going to be something that I think is going to be really great, really emotional, and very good for Kanye. And with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed your stay tonight on the Donda Experience. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I know that this is the end of the video, so the loyalist viewers are going to be the ones here, so this is why I put this in the section of the video. But please subscribe to one of my good friends over at JJJ Clips. I will have a link to their channel in the description. They make great sports clips, and I am primarily a sports YouTube channel. However, I do talk about Kanye clearly. But anyways, like I said, go subscribe. It takes 1 second out of your day. It supports this man. It really gives him a drive to upload more, a drive to see that he can succeed, because I know he can and he will. So regardless, if you're here watching this video, just go to the link in the description and just click subscribe. Even if you just subscribe, it'll help him out so much, and it means a lot to him and I. So thanks guys for watching. Peace.